Are you saying now there is not rich? Have you seen his name in Forbes list? Last time I came here, I told you that the refinery that is covered in Italy. Covered. To a consortium of banks led by Access Bank. That was when we died, he was crying like a baby. You know what? When we died, he was crying, that was crying like a baby. Consortium of, where did he get the $2 billion? So, I'm telling you, there is no company, no organization that does not have loan in 5 or 6 banks. At the end of the year, when bank declare for you, are asking they have maybe. Look at bank companies that are here. You see our bankers are here. You see, bank, State Bank, Access Bank, all that. No, these accounts are in red. There's overdraft or no balance. Then you have your own main balance. You are paying, nothing is reflecting. Because loan will be swallowing what you are paying, and bank will be smiling. So please, as you are growing up, beware of debt. I'm not saying you should not take loan. I've told you a story. When you don't buy liberalized loan, that they are starting to take car loan. Well, get any car, right? If you like to tomorrow, you get it. All my mates, they got car. When we close by this time, right, they say nobody should carry Ohashanwe. They will not carry the entire box and come back away. Some don't have money to fuel their car. Please make sure when you take a loan, don't use it for something very reasonable. You can take a loan and didn't have some levels. It has saved you because when you are repaying, you not feel it. Because you'll be using the money for your rent and pay it. But if you go and buy a car and somebody eat your car, insurance will pay. When they forced me, let me tell you a story, Peter. When they eventually forced me, that car I bought, I used it for my wedding. So I didn't know where I was going. I was going for lecture when I was in night time. I was going to answer, but immediately I come out from Guinness. I don't know how to grab this down from my name. Clap for me. That is loan. That car parked for more than 6 months. I could not repair it. And you still paying for it. So before insurance will answer you, it will take time. So let us be very careful about how you take loan. How you take loan. Be very, very good. Debt can cause frustration, anger, or depression, leading to strain or broken relationship with God. It can foster a mindset of reliance on worldly resources rather than provisions. One guy is living at he's going home finally this any moment from now. We are from the same village. Let me tell you a story. One of the things loan causes. We grew up together, very friendly. Because of my friendship with him, his mother and my mom became friends. So that time we were living at because of the impact we were living at Adabule. He went to hotel, as a young boy. He saw one there, and in that hotel, I'm sorry to not say this here, the people. The guy, so when I come in, he doesn't know that guy is from our place. The guy said, you call him in that, the guy in the street. So you don't know. See the dangers of debt can lead to forced prostitution. When your father and mother do not pay, you can get a man maybe at the 4th time or you try to do it. do whatever you feel like together. One of the dangers, spiritual dangers, small girl. Know what you told that guy? They can cultivate envy, greed, and impatience, moving individuals away from spiritual contentment and peace. You will not feel contented again. You do this one, you do this one. You have to repay the Lord. On the other hand, the practical consequences is that the lender can come to claim the assets if the borrower or the recovery of this debt for the recovery of the debt. In loan repayment, if the borrower repudiates, the borrower has every legal right to claim his assets. That can lead to mental and physical consequences. It can lead to the borrower becoming bankrupt. That can result to damaged credit score. That is high debt can significantly lessen your credit score, thereby making it harder for you to qualify for future loan. That can create employment difficulty to the borrower. If you want to look for employment and they say Peter should sign something for you, attaching your bank statement, and Peter is in debt, they employ you and they want. Security. Relying on credit can create a false security, leading individuals to overspend and place their confidence in material wealth rather than on God's provisions. Generational debt. Financial debt can cause financial debt. I will not. You will pay it. You will pay that loan. Entanglement with the world. Going into debt can be seen as making the lender your master, a position reserved for God, as conflicts with the principle of serving only one God. Matthew 6:34. No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate one and love the other, or cannot serve both God and money. That can lead into bankruptcy, reduce access to credit, mental physical consequences, employment difficulties. How do we avoid debt? How? You create and follow a budget. When you create a budget for yourself, you will avoid debt. I've said it here. I've seen a akara seller who trained a lawyer today. That guy is my best friend in Lagos. He's in London now. If you doubt me, anytime you have to translate or go to his house, his house is one of the best houses in London. He was my schoolmate, classmate, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 5. He came to Lagos, get admission, bring it there. He read law. You know that guy did not go to law school because of money. His mother used akara. When he says, you do not let lack, you know let that barriga. You know let lack. Those days, the mother has a place. Go there now. She's there at 2-4, morning, 9, afternoon. He said akara. What's your place? Kids went to school. After selling, she budget what she said. Because the father is not working. And it's the only son. He rose up to AGM in TGM in Senate. So if you budget, no matter what you are doing, budget yourself. There is nothing you cannot do. No salary is too small for you to do something. No salary. Even those who are receiving bigger salary, they cannot do anything more. They cannot do more than you. Don't say my salary is small and yet you'll be doing anything. No. Create a budget for that salary you are getting. I told you that somebody, a messenger, borrowed money to Chevron staff. That's on this 40 hours, 700 for something thousand every year, every January month. So, what the meaning of higher salary? A retired senior manager in Union Bank is leaving the house, the messenger house in Ikorodu. Have you seen it? Because of that kind, the system is saying to certain things. Shy away from what it is. As you see, they don't bother what they are doing and the party or that smoking. I've told somebody I've not tasted there before. He said that I've been just talking because I say I've not tasted there. But when they open it, I leave the cup and the smell, I like the water. Honestly, if you open there and when I'm there, I take the cup. I like that one. I'm telling you what I do now. I'm telling you what I do. But I've not tasted their words. I condition myself. I don't do all those kind of things. I don't buy super clothes, but I make sure I'm always neat. I must be neat. So don't be too extravagant about your life. What for? You know me, if I see you big and ready, up to tomorrow, or a car pass me, I just, from when I see someone driving small car, yes, because he go and see that man that have that big eyes. Something is wrong with that man. That's my character. Don't go and say. That's the way I behave. You understand? Condition yourself. No salary. I'm telling you, no salary too small for you to do something. Whatever you are doing, plan it. Create a budget. We have been shouting here and they don't want to listen to us. If not, we are all members of each other. If not, when I came here, I spoiled with everybody and we must have proof account. Don't touch our Senate. And since I resume here, nobody will touch that Senate. We are married, I can't take idea and say we don't have money. Our principal advice is nothing here. He said this yesterday, we saw 700,000. We have been managed to make sure that money is there. If you shout that, you understand? That's how to reserve money. At least we have up to 9 million. Or if you are using this one, what do you fall back? Nothing. So always create budget for yourself. Very, very important. To avoid debt, track your income and expenses to understand where your money is going. Prioritize your needs over wants and allocate funds to debt payment and service. Make sure all your spending is in your needs, not wants. Not wants. In my house, I always quarrel with them. I will shout, talk. When you are going beyond the family needs, I will shout. And when you marry, shout.
Yes, sir.
When you marry, shout. Because your wife may be the one that's giving. If you follow her and be giving, all of you will laugh. My wife, the one that gives, then I will shout. Anybody shout, I will shout. This money is telling me that I want to give one of my brother 50,000. I say, if you do it, you will see. He said, this month you must give that guy that money. I said, what can you give him money? 50,000 naira. No. So when your wife the guy that gives, make sure you are her name, otherwise before you will collapse. If she's giving, go back. If you are the one giving, let her be monitoring you. That's how to live. Our sister-in-law, we always buy a bag of rice. If anybody that said, who will bear the problem? So at times you have to be very careful for how you manage your family. Build an emergency fund. I've said it before. Save at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses to cover unexpected costs, like job loss or medical emergencies without needing to borrow money. One guy, his father died. He's the one that does something like it. He came to me and said, I just married that time. That I should live in money. And I don't think that you borrow money to bury your dad. And you don't mind it. Nobody knows when death will come. They call you that your dad is dead or your mom, you'll be crying. Why are you crying? Because you don't have emergency fund somewhere. So make sure you have something with emergency. I'm not saying you should go and earn 1 million naira before you do that. If you are earning less 100 or 70,000, you can do something. You can have emergency fund. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't spend everything you're earning. No matter what you're doing. Even if you're selling, I've told you Akara fryer, train the sun with Akara selling. So what's wrong with your own? Live below your means. Avoid lifestyle inflation. If you cannot pay for something with cash, don't buy it with a credit card. Save for major purchases. Instead of taking on loan for big stick items like car, vacation, or half-time payment, save for them in advance. You want to go and rent and go and take loan. This is not madness. When you are building income, you want to rent and go and take loan. I don't know what kind of life is that. Save for major purchases. Instead of taking on loan for big stick items like car, vacation or house, you want to go to London, you go and take loan. You want to travel to East, you're on vacation, you want to go and take loan. I don't think it's reasonable. You can do it to me, it's not reasonable. When you go home, you go and show up and you are come here from Lagos. You took loan and go on vacation. It doesn't make sense. Live within your means. A key principle of avoiding debt is to spend less than you earn. Be selective with your hobbies and entertainment. Reduce unnecessary expenses like subscription or frequent dining out. One lady, I was sent to trade fair price. The second one I don't know what they did. Their manager is from Edo. They said I should take over that brand. I want to go and when I come, they said I should go to trade fair, take over that brand. The practice in the mess. So the lady I met there, she's there a new graduate, very big Kui, is from Asia or so. If we close, when we get to, Apple Junction, that place, you brand there, carry soup. Doesn't cook. For the husband, she buy carry soup. You buy all these things and go every day. Does it make sense? No. I was asking her, you don't do any by time of weekend. Why not soup for the family? Freeze it. When you come, you take small and boil. You and your husband will eat. So how would that get simple? Every time you recharge to watch, you know what I recharge for my subscription? In Yanga? How would I recharge? Last week they were calling me that if I recharge for that for September, they give me bonus. And they forced me to I was catching my recharge. I'm still recharging. So don't go and recharge 25,000. 25,000 pounds or 12,000 and 12, how much? Well, you should be careful. Or this data something, you should be careful. Every time you're data. Every time, if I want to do something now, when I will recharge that one, when you finish that day. See, everybody has his own lifestyle. That's the way I've been structured, literally. Charge 10,000 before you know you charge again. Calculate it in a year now. Calculate your DSTV and see what will happen. So one has to be careful. If you receive a pay increase, consider continuing to live on your previous wage. Calm down. Don't allow it calm down. You receive a pay increase, your age will swell. Accept the additional income. Let us conclude. I want to conclude with the book of Romans 38, which says, "Oh, no man anything, but to love one another, for he that loveth has fulfilled the law." Debt is a financial disease, and when settled, it becomes difficult to cure. Therefore, to avoid this financial mess of this law, one has to live within his income by creating a budget that's aligned with his income. Similarly, one should have streams of income, because one source of income that is not strong can lead one to cure debt. If you have a stream of income, you do this one, you do this one, you do this one, they will come. Before you know it, you won't be able to take care, to sustain you. Thank you, and may the good Lord save us from incurring debt.
I'm glad that Ohashanwe is kind of out of the job, but he has this endowed experiences based on this subject matter. The low debt, how we can share from it. It's time for question. We don't learn a lot from this lesson topic as Jews. So look for the same mistake that we fell into, and so that's why they call us to action, not to do that same mistake. And the only challenge of us to take this as a precious advice. And I mean, this is only one cover for each and every one of us. This let us, although we experience to it. So it's time for question. If you have question, please. That question. One, two. Answer the question. So I'll start from the group of example. Starting.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Then, So I thank you for the teaching. In the course of the teaching, you made mention that if you have money in your account, bankers will respect you. If you have money in your account, bankers will respect you. And especially if it is a savings account. Must be, you have a current account and it is on red, they will respect you, you need to them. So in the area, when you were teaching, you said church have money in our account. Is it correct or savings? Correct. But there is money there now.
We don't expect that. We don't want that.
Wait, Jerry. But there is money there. But you say it is on red, they will respect you more. So I want to know why they need money. The money should be living there, so they will be respect for us. Then the next question I have is, you said it's not for somebody to rent to borrow money and rent a house. What if in an instance whereby, like all these Lagos landlords, one just happened recently, he went and paid for the house. In the next 3 days, they are packing him. He said that they want to be conditioned, the house has been sold. They are giving you a month. Some people they gave them a week to pack. You have a family and nobody is ready to come to your aid. The only option is the bank. They are willing to give you. Will it be wrong for you to go to collect the loan and get a roof over your head? Likewise, like to sort out your child's education from through loan. That's the case.
Thank you very much. See, let me start from the first one. Bank will not come and say, you know, I work in the bank for long. You know, I'm telling you what I have done, what I did. Like that, I'm money in current account. That money. It doesn't make sense to us. If you go to a church, you keep 9 million naira, They are reaching the bank. There was a time, I think, when I was there with Tony also and Seti, I told them, let us put this money into treasury. They say no, that church doesn't do that. Up to now, the thing is telling you, can you keep money in foreign account? And you are paying interest to the bank. You are paying interest, not them paying you. In savings, they will pay you something. They will pay you. No matter how. From when you are having current account there, every month you will pay. If you throw in check, then you pay. Any check you throw in, you will pay. Any check that goes into current account, you are paying for it. They call it commission of turnover, COT. You understand? So, if you have a savings account in the bank, you are not a poor customer. In parentheses, you are not. Your own is in and out. That's unless you're a banker, you know that. But not mean they will not respect you. You continue what you do. If you come and start making on that 30 million and 70 million. So carry on. Back to you see your money. You have 30 million, they give you for that to go and to make millions. Does it make sense? It makes sense. But when you have current account, people will respect you. They will respect you. Then when you have loan, you become a guy. With them, yes. You're making money. You see, that would any bank in international, they will respect you. So, they are making money. So that aspect, in terms of renting a house, you cannot be sleeping on the meeting. If that one of us, you can take note. You understand? Taking loan and using it judiciously. You can take a loan, overdraft. Because any money you are paying within the space of 6 months or 1 year, it's not a loan, it's overdraft. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't differentiate that. If preacher goes into, I don't know where preacher has it, goes in there, that is in heaven. That I want to pay these 2 days school fees. They will give you overdraft. You pay. When they pay, the bank will take their money back. That's overdraft. You are entitled to do that. You understand? That one is not loan. But for you to take a loan, you pay within 6 months. You go and use it and pay school fees. This is go and rent the house. To me, and it's not advisable. That's why it's good for you to take a budget. That emergency fund, please, each one of us, it helps. Have emergency fund.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Thank you, sir, for the teaching. 2 questions. First one is, what are some things you look at before taking a loan and make you feel like this is good debt? You're not
That's a good question.
And the second question is for some of us that might be already looking at like, what is your advice to us? Some of us that are already taking loan already, we are inside the mess. We are talking about money, but we are already in the mess. So, they do themselves. So what is your advice on how we can start tackling the loan so that it doesn't lead us to depression down the road?
You ask a very good question. See, there is nothing wrong in taking loan. I told you the first house I built, I started it with loan. If you take loan and put it in protective venture, you rent a store, or you after renting a shop with your savings, you can't take loan to put it there. Because you'll be selling and they'll pay you. Are you understanding me? If you are maybe you are in computer village, you buy things all over. You look at what you want, the rate of what you sell, and plan your budget, you will pay. There's nothing wrong about it. I'm not saying taking loan is wrong, but allow you to incur it, make it be a debt. When you become debt, you become difficult. If you are servicing your debt, as at when there's nothing wrong. But when you make it to become debt, You know, if you didn't pay this month, you know, one thing between bank and conventional banks is that banks don't want you to repayment. They will relax you so that the cost will be increasing. What will relax? If you pay this month, they will call you why? That principal, that one is supposed to pay, I've added with interest. In 2 months, it will close up. Come debt, and when you come debt, and no, before bank, their debt become, what do they call it? Become bad debt. Very difficult. They will assume it in 10 years, 20, 30 years. And you pay for it. If it gets too much for them, they send it to NDIC. And NDIC will come. They are only 6 years. There's nothing you can do. Lock your house immediately. When they come, they will lock your house. They will not allow you and your children to come back. They will not. They tell you to come in. Police. You understand? Because all banks are insured. All loans are insured. When you get into more banks, they sell it to NDIC. They sell it to them. They give them money and they will take over and start the company. You see some companies are receivers. You know the meaning of receivers? When you take loan, you cannot pay. Bank, they will take it and start managing them.
Actually, who are from those who are in debt?
Okay. How do you come out from that?
How do you come out from it?
It's very difficult, but you will come out from it. I say, if you increase your streams of income, or you can go to their conventional bank, you go to the make them restructure it. There's one school in Festa when I was there. We gave that school loan to SPAN and their operational costs. Because difficult, they came to us and restructure the payment. We now restructure it 3 months. That's important. We will able to pay it off. So if you are finding difficult, you go to them to restructure it. They will do it. It's your right. Tell them that you want to this loan to be restructured. If not, you say it's not paying. Let it become a problem between you and them. Are you getting it? But this unconventional banks, where do you see them? They like being on air. I don't like go bear and I don't want to be about it. But if this conventional bank work with them, talk to them, they will listen. And they don't force you to pay. But all this will pay. By the time they call you, Lapo and they are in trouble.
My question is, in case of emergency, you said you should save the money for it's even say that they save some people. Saving is not saving some people right now. Usually they say, in terms of the global factions are looking for me. So that saving is not something that is actually visible to some of them. But their salary earners, you know what they collect after the end of the month. So how do you now save for emergency? Or what's your advice?
I've told you, I always use myself as an example. No matter your earnings, you can sell. Protect some things. You see, we used to have we have what's it called? This dispensable water. What is the name? That's seaway. We have it in the house. When it becomes to my abandon it. My children will they will give you. So people have it, and that person you are talking, she may be charging DSTV 15,000. I'm telling you. You know what we do now? We abandon that our seaway. We start buying pure water. There's a guy in where our school is. He lives at along the side. He's an Igbo guy. He opened pure water. Very good one. We only buy for him 10 bags. My children now go to anyone that drink is the wrong. We are buying 10. I've told them that from this week we will buy 5. When he finishes, go and buy more. He thinks small things. He thinks it's not. I'm not telling you. Go and see that lady washes. I mean, there are small things you can do that will impact. Talk in the family. Women and children, they don't hear talk.
Even in the church that sometimes after worship, we go around, see small
Yes, it's happening in my house. I'm just telling you the truth.
Next one.
I can't be drink drunk. I can't be drink drunk. I will not be drinking the wood by myself. I don't drink food. I'll go and be drinking the water. Yes. I need to drink half one. I'm telling you, it's more than 1 week now. I've never drinking one. So if you contain all these things, you see the same as 1 week. I'm just telling you, no matter the salary, you have to do something.
I have a question. Is it legal to fund the death of a parent on a child? Is it legal?
It's legal. It's your father that incurred the loan, and he has died.
I know you to do that.
Eh?
We know you to do that.
It's not the death of the kid.
It's not the rest of you. I'm like, you know me. I didn't know.
But he presented a collateral. He presented a collateral. Who inherits the collateral? Okay, if the house is the collateral, who owns the house after you die? Brother, you're afraid of it.
I never will.
It's not really trying to pay them now. They will say, make you don't pay.
It's legal. I will preacher. Last time,